When Allah beautifies you, it's not just about what people see with their eyes. It's much deeper than your face. It goes beyond your skin. It is not about your clothes, your style, or your appearance. It is something no mirror can reflect. It is the kind of beauty that lives inside your heart. It is the calm in your voice when others are shouting. It is the way you walk with dignity, even when life pushes you down. It is the light that enters your chest when you cry to Allah in secret. This beauty, this nur from Allah, does not need makeup, it does not need approval, and it certainly does not need a camera to be noticed. When Allah places His light in your soul, something begins to change. You start glowing in silence. You start healing without noise, and you begin to walk with a different kind of strength, one that people can't explain. But here's the truth: when you become this kind of beautiful, people start reacting. Some will love you for no reason, others will avoid you also for no reason, and a few will suddenly change toward you without even understanding why. That's because what Allah places in your heart, peace, patience, light, wisdom, it disturbs those who live in darkness. Your calmness becomes too loud. Your modesty becomes too noticeable. Your silence becomes too powerful. Divine beauty is not something they can copy. It's not something they can compete with. And it's not something they can explain. In a world where people measure beauty with filters and fame, Allah's beauty is invisible to the eye, but unforgettable to the heart. It doesn't fit their boxes, but it breaks their illusions. It confronts their emptiness. When you are beautified by Allah, you don't chase anyone's attention, yet somehow you have it. You don't try to impress, yet your presence speaks louder than words. That's why it makes some people uncomfortable, because they cannot understand what they are feeling when they are around you. They don't see a crown, but they feel royalty in your presence. They don't see glitter, but they sense light around you, and that confuses them. It shakes them. It sometimes even makes them turn against you. Because when Allah beautifies you, He also exposes those who only like the old broken version of you, the version that needed approval, the version that needed their help. But now you've been dressed in nur, you've been covered in grace, and that's hard for them to handle. But remember, you are not beautified to be accepted by them. You are beautified to walk with purpose, to speak with wisdom, to reflect the mercy of the one who gave you this light. So, yes, when Allah beautifies you, some won't be able to handle it. But you must, because your light is not for decoration, it's for direction. And someone out there is walking in darkness, waiting to be guided by the glow Allah placed in you. Stay humble, stay pure, stay hidden when needed, but never dim the light that Allah has lit in your heart just because they can't handle it. You were never created to be understood by everyone. You were created to be honored by the one who formed you. And when He beautifies you, nothing can stop it. Not jealousy, not hate, not silence, because this is not your beauty, it is His. And when it shows through you, they'll either respect it or be removed by it. But you must carry it with grace, because you were chosen for it. What does true beauty look like in the eyes of Islam? The Prophet Muhammad gave us a clear answer when he said, Allah is beautiful and He loves beauty. But we must ask, what type of beauty does Allah truly love? It is not the kind that fades with time, not the kind that comes from expensive clothes or perfect skin. It's not about decorating the body while the soul remains empty. The beauty Allah loves is the kind that lives inside a person. It's the purity of their heart, the honesty in their words, and the softness in how they treat others. It's how someone behaves when they are unseen. It's the patience they hold when tested, the humility they show when praised, the forgiveness they offer even when hurt. That is beauty in the sight of Allah, and it cannot be bought. It must be built, one choice at a time. Allah does not look at your faces or your bodies, He looks at your hearts. This is why Surah 49:13 reminds us, indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you. This verse teaches us something powerful: true honor, true elevation, and true beauty come from righteousness, not from titles, not from followers, not from physical appearances. Taqwa, your awareness of Allah, your fear of disobeying Him, your love for pleasing Him, this is what makes you noble. This is what makes you truly beautiful. When Allah beautifies someone, it is not with gold or glamour. He beautifies them with things that carry weight on the day of judgment, with gratitude in times of ease, with faith in moments of fear, with calmness in the face of chaos. He gives you dignity when others mock you. He gives you strength to walk away from sin. He places light in your speech and mercy in your behavior. And all of this, it makes you stand out, not because you seek attention, but because Allah has made you distinct. You become someone whose presence brings peace, whose actions inspire hearts, whose silence teaches lessons. This is the kind of beauty that never gets old. It never needs to be maintained with trends. It grows deeper the closer you draw to Allah. And when you have it, even if the world overlooks you, the heavens recognize you. Even if people don't compliment you, the angels write down your patience, your worship, your good character. So chase the beauty that pleases Allah, not the beauty that impresses the world, because the world forgets, but Allah never does. Let your soul carry the perfume of sincerity. Let your heart wear the cloth of humility. Let your actions speak of your taqwa. And know this, when Allah beautifies you this way, it means He has honored you with something rare, something eternal. This is the real beauty, the beauty that matters, the beauty that lives beyond this life. The signs Allah is beautifying you. How do you know when Allah is beautifying you? How can you tell that something in your soul is being lifted, shaped, polished by His mercy? It doesn't happen with noise. It doesn't come with a public announcement. But if you pay attention, there are signs, and these signs are quiet but powerful. One of the first signs is this: you start loving Salah more than sleep. Your bed may be warm, your eyes may be heavy, but something inside you pulls you to the prayer mat, not because you're perfect, but because you've tasted the peace of being near Allah. You begin to enjoy the moments of bowing. You find calmness in sujud. And even if your life is busy, you still make time for your prayers because your soul is hungry for that connection. Another sign is this: you feel peace when you forgive. Before, it was hard to let go. You held on to grudges, to anger, to pain. But now you feel lighter when you release it. You don't need to win arguments. You don't need to prove anything. You forgive not for them, but for Allah. And in doing so, your heart becomes softer, freer, and more at ease. Then something else changes. You're no longer excited by gossip. You don't feel the need to compare your life with others. You stop caring about what they have, what they wear, who they know, because your heart has found something better. You feel rich without wealth. You feel full without approval. That's because your beauty is coming from the inside, not the outside. Another deep sign is this: you feel pain in your heart when you sin. Even small mistakes begin to bother you. A harsh word, a missed prayer, a moment of arrogance. It doesn't sit right anymore. Your conscience becomes alive and you find yourself running to istighfar, asking Allah to clean your heart. This is spiritual enhancement. It is the kind of growth that makes you glow in ways no mirror can capture. There's no camera for the soul. But when Allah begins to beautify your spirit, your light becomes visible, even in silence. People might notice something about you, but they won't always know what it is. They'll say things like, "You've changed. You don't talk like before. You've become distant." But the truth is, you're not distancing from people. You're getting closer to your Lord. You're protecting your peace. You're choosing purity over popularity. And the thing is, many won't understand that because they cannot recognize a soul that's being lifted. They only see with their eyes, but your change is happening inside, and that makes them confused. That's why Allah says in Surah Nur 35, Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. When He places His light in your chest, even your silence becomes loud. You don't have to prove your worth. You don't have to chase their applause. You don't even have to explain your peace because the Nur of Allah speaks louder than your words. It reflects in your patience. It flows through your modesty. It appears in your calmness. This light does not need filters. It does not need permission, and it does not depend on the world's approval. So, if you're noticing these signs in yourself, if you're praying more, forgiving quicker, avoiding drama, and feeling guilt when you slip, then know Allah is beautifying you. He's polishing your heart, He's cleaning your soul, and He's preparing you for something greater. Don't stop. Don't doubt it. And don't let anyone dim that light because it didn't come from you, it came from Him. And when Allah beautifies you, it's the beginning of something extraordinary. Why they can't handle it? Not everyone will be happy when Allah begins to beautify your heart. Not everyone will clap for you. Some will smile on the outside but feel disturbed inside because your peace does something to them. It makes them uncomfortable. You see, when Allah gives you calmness, it highlights their restlessness. When you stop chasing the world and start chasing Allah, they begin to feel exposed because you've changed and they haven't. You're growing and they're stuck. Some people are not upset because you've done something wrong. They're upset because they can no longer figure you out. Your silence feels too loud for them. Your happiness without their approval feels too strong for them. Your closeness to Allah reminds them of how far they are from Him. And this is why, instead of supporting your transformation, they pull away. Instead of celebrating your light, they criticize your steps. Instead of reflecting on their own soul, they point fingers at yours. But the Prophet Muhammad already told us this would happen. He said, "Verily, you will be tested in your faith just like a person is tested in gold with fire." Think about that for a moment. Gold is not destroyed in fire, it is purified. In the same way, when your heart is becoming pure, the heat from others is just part of the process. It's not a punishment, it's a sign of your growth. So when people mock you, when they reject you, when they make fun of your change, understand this. They are not reacting to you, they are reacting to what Allah is doing through you. You don't fit the version of you they were used to, the version that needed attention, the version that laughed at every joke, the version that feared being left out. Now you are different. Now your heart is focused, your eyes see more clearly, and your soul no longer needs their approval. That makes some people feel powerless because they can't influence you like before. They can't guilt you, they can't control you because your anchor is not in their hands, it's in your Creator's hands. And that's what they can't handle. They can't handle the strength that comes from surrendering to Allah. They can't handle the stability you have, even when everything around you is falling apart. They can't handle the confidence you walk with because it doesn't come from pride but from knowing your value in the sight of your Lord. So don't take it personally. This rejection is not about your worth, it's about their discomfort. They were comfortable when you were lost, but now that you're found, they feel unsettled, and that's not your fault. You are not responsible for how others react to your light. You are only responsible for keeping that light clean, pure, and connected to Allah. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them distance themselves. Because when Allah beautifies you, He also reveals what was hidden in others. He exposes fake support. He removes weak connections. And He replaces them with those who truly see you, not for your looks, but for your heart. Stay rooted. Stay sincere. And never let their fear of your transformation stop you from becoming what Allah is shaping you to be. Your beauty is not a threat unless their hearts are unwilling to change. Protecting your light from the eyes of envy. Not everyone who smiles at you is truly happy for you. Not everyone who compliments you means it from their heart. And not everyone who stays quiet is free from envy. When Allah beautifies your heart, your character, your spirit, some will admire it, but others will be unsettled by it. This is why your light, your peace, your growth must be guarded, because when something shines, it attracts attention, both good and bad. The Prophet Muhammad warned us clearly. He said, "The evil eye is real." This means that someone's silent jealousy, someone's hidden grudge, someone's quiet envy can affect you more than you think. That's why Islam gives us protection. That's why we are taught to seek refuge in Allah. We are told to recite Surah Al-Falaq and Surah An-Nas regularly, especially in the morning and evening. These surahs are shields. They guard you from harm that you cannot see. They protect the parts of your life that others may silently target: your success, your beauty, your peace, your blessings. And when you see something beautiful in someone else, or when someone sees beauty in you, we are reminded to say, MashaAllah. This is not just a phrase, it is a declaration that the beauty is from Allah. It is a way to stop envy before it turns into harm. You must remember, if your light comes from Allah, then He alone can protect it. But you must not forget to ask Him. You must not forget to cover your blessings in gratitude and prayer. And while you guard your light, don't hide it out of fear. Don't shrink yourself just to make others feel better. Your nur is not pride. Your glow is not arrogance. It is a sign of Allah's mercy over you. Yes, walk humbly, but walk confidently too. Because your beauty is not something you created, it's something Allah gifted. And gifts from Allah should be honored, not hidden. It's okay to be quiet, but don't silence your soul just to avoid envy. It's okay to be cautious, but don't block the blessings Allah has written for you. Be wise, be prayerful, be protected, and never forget what Allah has placed in you cannot be stolen by a jealous heart. What He has written for you will not be erased by anyone's envy. So protect your light, but never be ashamed of it. It is not for their comfort, it is for His pleasure, staying beautiful in the eyes of Allah. Now that Allah has beautified your heart, now that He has filled you with light, guided your steps, and lifted your soul, how do you stay that way? How do you protect the beauty that Allah placed inside you? The answer begins with sincerity. Stay sincere in what you do, especially in private. What you do when no one is watching says more about your beauty than anything you do in public. Let your worship be for Allah alone, not for praise, not for likes, not for applause. Your salah, your charity, your kindness, let it be secret sometimes, because the hearts that are closest to Allah are often the quietest. Also, guard your tongue. What you say reflects what lives in your heart. If your words are gentle, your heart is soft. If your speech is clean, your soul is healthy. Avoid backbiting. Avoid harsh language. Avoid useless talk, because beauty is not only in your actions, but also in your words. Keep repenting. Yes, you've changed. Yes, you've grown. But you're still human, and part of staying beautiful in the eyes of Allah is staying humble. Don't chase perfection. Chase forgiveness. When you fall, rise quickly. When you slip, turn back with tears, because Allah loves those who repent again and again. True beauty doesn't come from being flawless. It comes from being honest about your flaws and still walking toward Allah with a soft heart. Surround yourself with people who remind you of Him. People who don't feed your ego but nourish your soul. Stay close to those who make you feel the need to pray. Distance yourself from those who constantly push you toward the dunya. You are on a journey. Don't let your company pull you off the path. And one more thing, never compare your journey. Never look at someone else's light and think yours is too dim. Allah didn't create you from a mold. The beauty He gave you is not a copy of someone else. It's unique, it's yours, and it's sacred. That's why Surah Al-Araf teaches us the clothing of righteousness that is best. The best outfit you can ever wear is not made from fabric, it's made from taqwa. It's made from your fear of Allah, your awareness of Him, your love for what pleases Him. This kind of beauty never fades, it never gets old, it never goes out of style, and it never tears because it is stitched by the one who never makes mistakes. So if you want to stay beautiful in the eyes of Allah, stay sincere, keep your speech clean, repent often, choose good company, and embrace your own light without comparing it. That's how you protect what He gave you. That's how you walk with beauty that this world cannot take away, from rejection to radiance. Some of the most beautiful people in the sight of Allah were not always accepted by others. They were not always praised. They were not always welcomed. In fact, many of them were outcasts. They were ignored. They were mocked. They were misunderstood and left alone. But even in that pain, Allah was preparing something special. Look at the story of Yusuf, peace be upon him. He was a young boy, pure, innocent, and full of light. But his own brothers threw him into a well. They abandoned him not because he did anything wrong, but because they could not handle the beauty and favor Allah had placed upon him. And yet, that same Yusuf was later raised to honor. He became a leader. He held wisdom, dignity, and power. His heart was full of forgiveness, and his character was untouched by bitterness. Why? Because Allah never wastes the tears of His chosen ones. He used Yusuf's pain to polish his soul. Then there's Maryam, peace be upon her, a woman of purity, strength, and unmatched honor. She was accused, she was isolated, she was made to stand alone in front of her people with a child in her arms and no one to defend her. But what did Allah do? He didn't just protect her, He honored her, He lifted her above all women, He named her in the Quran with dignity that echoes until the end of time. This shows us something important. Sometimes when Allah beautifies you, He separates you first. He removes you from people who can't appreciate your worth. He takes you out of circles that no longer match your purpose. He distances you from the noise so you can hear Him better. Why? Because diamonds are not formed in comfort. They are formed under deep pressure. They are shaped in darkness and they are hidden for a long time before they shine. Your rejection is not random, it is part of the polishing. The people who left you, the rooms that excluded you, the words that hurt you, they were all part of the process. Allah is cleaning your heart from needing validation. He's teaching you to trust His timing. He's building your strength without the applause of the crowd. So when you feel pushed away, don't panic. When people turn cold, don't lose hope. It could be a sign that Allah is preparing you for something higher. And when you finally emerge with clarity in your heart, with peace in your soul, with light in your eyes, they may not know how to react. They may say, "Where did this strength come from?" But you will know it came from the nights you cried, from the sujud you made alone, from the whispers you shared only with your Lord. So remember this, they can't handle what Allah is making out of you. But that is not your concern. You were not created to be understood by everyone. You were created to shine for His sake. Your job is not to explain your journey. Your job is to keep walking in the light. He gave you in trust. When He beautifies your soul, no rejection can stop your rise. Keep shining, not for attention, not for revenge, but to reflect the one who chose you when no one else did. Let Allah be the artist of your soul. Allah does not only repair what is broken. He doesn't just patch your pain. He doesn't simply cover your wounds. He transforms. He takes what was shattered and turns it into strength. He replaces what you lost with something far better. He lifts you from what brought you down and places you on higher ground. So let Him be the artist of your soul. Let Him shape your heart. Let Him guide your footsteps. Let Him write your story. You may not understand every part of your journey, but the one who created your soul knows exactly what you need. He knows what to remove, He knows what to heal, and He knows when to add His light right in the places others tried to fill with darkness. You don't need to chase beauty, that fades. You don't need to impress people who only see the outside. You don't need to wear masks just to be accepted. Instead, chase the beauty that Allah sees, the kind that grows when no one is watching, the kind that shines even in your quietest moments, the kind that pleases the Creator, even if it confuses His creation. Because when Allah beautifies you, the world may not understand it, but they will feel it. They will sense the peace you carry. They will feel the calm in your presence. They may not know what changed in you, but your light will speak louder than your words. So step back. Let Allah paint your soul with patience, faith, and wisdom. Let Him color your heart with hope. Let Him design your life with purpose. And never forget, the most beautiful version of you is the one shaped by His hands, not theirs. Ya Allah, beautify our hearts. O Allah, the one who sees what no one sees, the one who hears every silent prayer, the one who knows what our hearts carry, we turn to you now with hope and humility. Beautify us, Ya Allah, not with things that fade, but with sincerity that lasts. Place truth in our words and kindness in our actions. Let us be among those who walk humbly with light in their hearts. Cover our weaknesses with your mercy. Forgive our mistakes, those that were seen and those hidden deep inside. Cleanse our hearts from pride, from jealousy, from anything that makes us distant from you, Ya Allah. Guard the Noor you've placed in us. Protect our souls from the eyes that envy, from the hearts that wish harm, from anything that tries to put out the flame you lit within us. Make our souls soft, easy to guide, quick to forgive, slow to anger. Make our intentions pure so that every act we do is only for you. And make our journey toward you full of beauty, full of light, full of peace. Don't let us seek beauty in the wrong places. Don't let us depend on the eyes of people. Let us seek only your gaze, your approval, your love, O turner of hearts. Keep our hearts firm upon your path. Keep our hearts glowing with faith, and never let the world dim what you have blessed. Amin.